Okay, Darren, ready? Big moment. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Good Game Spawn Point, the show for younger gamers by gamers. I am Darren.
Nice one, Darren. I'm Barjo.
And I'm Hex. What a week of games we've had. We've been stacking it in the stunt bike madness of Trials Evolution.
Not a game for noobs, that one. I had my laser at the ready the whole time you two were playing.
Yes, well, that obviously wasn't necessary, Darren. We've also been biffing baddies in Ultimate Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Generations.
All right, well, let's just call it the new Naruto game.
The final blow! Absolute moving!
Darren, what is it?
I need to do a dump.
Darren, take it to the cave.
No, Hex, a data dump. It's bursting. Too many facts.
Darren, there's a time and a place, and your time and place is later in the show. And remember to flush your cache this time.
I'll memory wipe afterwards, I promise.
It's been well over a year since the last Naruto game in the Ultimate Ninja Storm series, and the latest one is called Generations, and we'll talk about the new features and everything in a moment, but first, I'd just like to say how wonderful this game captures the look of anime. Observe.
Ready!
Water style! Explosive fight of the water dragon!
Yes, Naruto is clearly one of the best fighting games for spectators. What's with all those anime guys being so angry all the time, though? I mean, these are poster boys for anger management classes.
Yeah, maybe it's the headbands. They do kind of tighten around the head.
The title Generations refers to the game including characters and storylines from both periods in Naruto's mythology. You'll fight through his days as a boy in training, as well as 3 years later when he's a fully trained teenage ninja. And if you thought Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations had a lot of words crammed into its title, that's nothing compared to the lineup of 72 playable Naruto fighters in all to choose from.
If you've never played one of these games before, think of it as a 3D spin on the Smash Brothers series. Generations relies on a standard move template that's shared by every character. The combo attacks and super moves will look different depending on who you're playing as, but the commands are always the same, so you don't have to memorize complex moves like you do in games like Street Fighter. Because of this, Generations is really easy to get into. It becomes more about mastering an overall fighting style as opposed to a specific character's move to become an ultimate ninja.
Look, while I enjoyed the template controls of Smash Brothers, I think Generations lacks the depth and subtlety of Nintendo's classic. I mean, winning the fight here is all about using the substitution moves to teleport behind your opponent while they're attacking. In the last Ninja Storm game, these substitution teleports required precise timing. Now they're a lot easier to pull off, but you only have a limited amount. This means success is often more about managing your inventory of substitutions rather than perfecting your reflexes. With your health bar, magic bar, and substitution bar to keep an eye on, it can all become a bit confusing.
Actually, Hex, I think you'll find it's not magic, but chakra, the physical energy that experienced ninjas like Naruto can channel through their circulatory systems to perform feats that aren't normally possible.
The chakra can be seen as the special source to enhance your standard moves. It's fun to say as well. Chakra.
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 Sounds like magic to me.
Chakra.
Hit the chakra button before a dash and your run will become a blur of speed. Chakra. Your regular ninja stars and you'll get a supersized shuriken. Instead of a regular attack, Naruto chakra unleashes a horde of Naruto clones, an army to put down the smackdowns.
Like in the Naruto anime, Generations features awakening moves that transform the ninjas into chakra, enhanced super versions of themselves. As a Naruto purist, I was disappointed to see they didn't authentically recreate his tailed beast form. When he takes this form in the anime, it drains his health, but there's no such downside in the game.
Yeah, Darren, what was up with that? It's not my only problem with Generations either. I like that they've removed all of that boring fetch quest from the last game, but I also think that even though they've tweaked this combat, when it comes down to it, it's actually not that much better. Because the game relies so heavily on the teleport substitution, it makes grabbing and blocking a bit pointless. And the majority of the story is told through still cutscenes, and they're boring.
Skip it.
Who cares?
Skip that.
Skip it.
Move on.
Skip it.
Skip. Yeah, I mean, this definitely feels like a case of style over substance. I mean, the game looks amazing and there's a crazy amount of characters to play as, but, you know, you find yourself craving the depth and you know, the substance of games like Street Fighter or Tekken. Now, would it have been too much to ask to have a proper team battle mode in there instead of another teammate just popping in for, like, a quick assist? I will give Generations credit for a rock-solid online mode, though. I didn't encounter any serious lag during my games, and the mixture of ranked and unranked matches is a nice touch.
There's a lot that Generations gets right. It's so easy to pick up and play, but I also think that it is for the fans, but then they're going to be disappointed if they already own Ultimate Ninja 2, which is a better game. So, it's a tough one to recommend, Hex. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Well, I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you. I'm giving it 7 out of 10. Now, why did you chakra off to the news?
Oh, okay. Chakra. 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 Barto here reporting from the Spawn Point news desk. Julian Hill, a 29-year-old father from Norwich, England, has earned the world record for the longest video game marathon playing a karaoke game. To secure the title, Julian sang a total of 314 songs over 24 hours on SingStar. In the process, he managed to raise over $4,000 for his local hospital, who had treated his baby daughter for a heart condition. Nintendo has confirmed they will bring a new Super Mario Bros. And a new Pac-Man game for the Wii U to this year's Electronic Entertainment Expo. Little is known about the new Pac-Man title, however, the new Mario game will be based off the demo shown at last year's show. Politicians around the world are increasingly using gaming to encourage their citizens to vote. If you visit the website of French presidential candidate Francois Bayrou and enter the famous Konami code of up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, you are treated to an 8-bit video clip encouraging you to insert vote to play. You for a moment. Barto speaking. Hi, Darren. Hi. No, Darren, we've been through this. You can't enter world record competitions because you're a robot. It's not fair, because you can sing forever. I've heard you sing for a very long time. I know you sang for 10 years straight. I know, you played me some of it. No, it was really good. It was really good, Darren. It was the best singing I've ever heard. I've got to go because I've got things to do. Yeah, no, yeah, okay, bye. It was terrible.
Oh, Hex! I can't hold in my dump much longer!
Go on, then.
This week we shall look at Pac-Man, one of the most famous gaming mascots in history. Pac-Man's name comes from a play on words. When referring to eating, the Japanese don't say om nom, they say paku paku. So when Toru Iwatani created a game character that was all about eating, Pac-Man, or Pac-Man, was the obvious choice for a name. Pac-Man himself was designed to look like a pizza with a slice taken out. He first appeared in arcades in 1980, and punters poured over $1 billion worth of coins into Pac-Man machines in less than a year. Pac-Man soon got a sequel, Ms. Pac-Man. Many more spin-offs followed, including Pac-Man Championship Edition, created by Iwatani-san himself. Even now, in the 21st century, when people think gaming, they think Pac-Man. Data dump complete.
Oh, Darren, what a massive dump. I could hear that from all the way at the news desk.
It's been in my system for a while now, that one.
I could tell. Hey, speaking of desk, we should go answer some questions at the Good Game desk.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Shall we go now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be right with you.
All right.
I'm just gonna...
It's better to keep a consistent pattern. Just don't be distracted by the...
Come on.
There it goes.
No, you should save the power pellets for the end.
Can I have a look at that just for a second?
Always feel better after a dump.
This new keyboard's great, Hex. Acrobatic keyboard, you should get one.
All right, well, let's get to these questions. First up, we have this one from Can't Tell in Wootyville. Not really, New South Wales. I dropped mine.
Yeah, it wasn't really an acrobatic one like mine. Have you heard the nuzz that Minecraft for free online has been shut down? And do you know why this is so? Baggo, you are cool. Hex, you are awesome. Darren, you are a total P.S. I watch your show all the time. Thanks. Yes, can't tell, we did hear about that, but it's understandable. That website is basically stealing or pirating the game by letting people play the full version for free.
Yeah, and obviously the developers weren't happy about people stealing their game, so they asked nicely if they would take it offline, and they did.
And you can still play the basic free version on the official Minecraft website anyway.
But moving on to this one now from NoOneKnows in somewhere in New South Wales.
Why so mysterious?
I don't know. Huh? Hey GGSP, I just wanted to know how to get the game Journey in Xbox 360. This game really interests me and I really want to get it. I just want to know the easy way to get the game. Please answer this question or else I won't be able to find the game. Sorry to say no one knows, but there's no easy way to get Journey on Xbox 360. In fact, there's no hard way either.
In fact, Hex, there's no way at all. It's impossible to get it for the 360 as it's a game made exclusively for the PlayStation 3 and it's only available as a download too, so you won't find it in any shops either. Console exclusivity strikes again, Hex.
Next up we have this one from Diamond Miner in Minecraft Land, Queensland.
Dear GGSP, I was really looking forward to playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360, but then I found out that you have to download it from Xbox Live. Is this true? If so, is there any way you can get an Xbox Live virus protector so that no one can hack your Xbox Live? Thanks.
Well, Diamond Miner, yes, that is true. It will only be available as a download from Xbox Live. But no, there's no such thing as an Xbox Live virus protector, so you can't get one of those.
Yeah, but I think you might be a bit confused because getting a virus and getting hacked are two very different things. And it's actually not even possible to download a virus from Xbox Live, as far as we know. It's a very safe and secure network, and you can be pretty sure there's no viruses in any of those downloads available.
But it is possible to be hacked, and that's when nasty people break into your account, usually to try and get hold of your payment information. It's rare, but we have known people that it's happened to.
But if you're worried about this, you can buy prepaid subscriptions and point cards. Then you don't have to worry about anyone getting your payment information.
Good advice, Barjo. But now moving on to this one from Hyperion on Mount Olympus in Victoria. It's Hyperion, by the way. Is the full version of Kerbal's space program actually worth buying? I asked this so many times. Barjo is really cool, but where did you get the nickname Barjo Pant? And Darren, could you please laser goose for me? Well, Hyperion, at the moment you don't get heaps more in the paid version. You simply get access to the most current build, while the free version is usually a step behind.
And the paid version has a few graphical tweaks as well as the ability for you to launch multiple missions at once. As for the name Barjo Pants, well, I'm Barjo and I like pants, hence Barjo Pants.
What about asking Darren to laser goose?
I think we should just ignore that for now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Moving on to this one from Kane in Adelaide, Maiponga, which is in South Australia. I shouldn't even answer it, really. You know, he's just going to be like...
Just do it. See what he has to say. That's what he's going to
be like. Hi, it's Barjo here from... Hi, Darren. How are you? I'm fine. Had a good weekend, thanks. Yep, what do you want, Darren? We're doing a thing here. Darren says he's happy to laser goose if we want him to, but he'll use a stun laser, not anything more lethal.
Can you use like a... Oh, can you use his cupcake cannon?
Can you cupcake goose in the face? Yep, cool. With cupcakes. Yeah, not rocks. Cool. Okay, gotta go. Yeah, no, she's right here. Okay, I'll tell her.
What did he say?
Nothing.
What did he say?
Nothing.
Hello, Good Game SP. Is Dust Force and Sonic Generations coming out on the Wii? If not, I might become a noob. Not really, but I might be disappointed and sad. P.S. I love your show and I love you guys. Sorry to say, Kane, but no, neither Dust Force or Sonic Generations are coming out on the Wii.
Yes, Dust Force is made by just a small team of 4 developers, and they made it for PC, so it's not on any consoles. As for Sonic Generations, Sega have said that since the game is fully HD, the Wii wouldn't be able to handle the graphics, and they're simply not making a Wii version.
It's a bit sad, isn't it? But still, there's lots of great other Sonic games on the Wii, like Sonic Colors. But moving on to this one now from Ian in Donald, which is in Victoria, apparently.
Hey, Good Game, can you please tell me, is there a new Mario game coming out? Tell me, or I will be noob!
Well, Ian, there's always a new Mario game coming out, and there's probably going to be a new Mario games right up until the end of time. And just this year, there's going to be a new Paper Mario, Mario Tennis Open, and new Super Mario Bros. 2 out for the 3DS.
And Nintendo have confirmed they will be showing a brand new Mario at E3 this year, which is in development for the Wii U. Can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, Mario in HD for the first time ever should be great.
Yeah.
But speaking of E3, we have this one from Samsonic in Timbuktu, which is in Western Australia.
Incoming!
Oh, sorry. Phone just gave me a bit of a scare. Hi, it's Padre. Hi, Darren. You got him? Where'd you get him?
In the face, in the face, in the face.
Who's in the face?
High five. Hey. When is E3? And if you do not tell me, I will be an E3 noob forever. P.S. In Australia, is there a E3? Because I was in Queensland and there was a big building with a big billboard with some Xbox 360 game on it.
Well, Samsonic, E3 will be held later this year in the first week of June in Los Angeles, in America.
And sadly, no, there is no E3 held here in Australia.
And even if you could get over to LA, it's not open to the public because it's an industry-only event, so you'd have to either be a game developer or work in the games media like us. But we will do our very best to see all the good stuff and show it on Spawn Point.
Yeah, but let's move on to this one now from Nickalis in Brisbane, Queensland.
Hi GGSP, can you tell me if there are any scuba diving games in the world where it is possible to be eaten by sharks? The Endless Ocean games on the Wii are the only scuba diving games I can think of. In the first game, there are sharks, but they won't eat you or even attack you.
Yeah, but Endless Ocean 2 has sharks in it that will attack you. They just don't eat you though, but they do take away a bit of your oxygen supply, and they're still pretty scary, I thought.
Yeah. And just to turn your question around, if you'd like to eat things as a shark, there's a great browser game called Miami Shark. You just leap out of the water to eat things, including helicopters.
Sharks eating helicopters? What's not to love about that?
Nothing Hex.
But on that note, we are out of time for this week.
Aww.
I know, it's been sad.
Makes me sad. Well, if you'd like to send us something with a question, you can do that by jumping on the website. Yeah. We better get back to the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have some games too.
Oh, we've got all the reviews and stuff today.
Oh, yeah.
Trials HD is widely considered to be one of the best downloadable games out there, and now it's busted out of the dusty warehouse into the big green world with Trials Evolution.
For those who missed the originals, the idea is simple. You simply have to get your motorbike to the end of a bunch of obstacle courses.
The controls are dead simple too. You can accelerate, brake, and lean your driver forwards or backwards. That's it.
Correction. You can also bail, Archer.
Ah, yes, Darren. You can also bail. But that's all easier said than done, because Trials is the very definition of easy to learn, hard to master.
Affirmative. Getting to the end of most tracks is quite achievable, but the real challenge is to earn gold medals. This requires you to do a near-perfect playthrough, go too slow and crash or fault too many times, and you'll only earn silver. And if you really struggle, then it'll be the noobish stain of a bronze medal for you.
Yeah, and especially since most golds require no faults at all, which is really hard to pull off on anything other than the easiest tracks.
They do a good job of easing you in, though, with the new license tests. They're just quick tutorials, but you have to pass them to unlock the harder levels. They're especially good for teaching the basics and the more advanced moves you'll need to pull off.
Throwing your weight around in just the right way at just the right time while using just the right amount of throttle is an art. There's a lot of trial and error as you learn each course, but even when you know what to do, it can be hard to, actually do it.
Yeah, you can just get lost in this game, obsessing over every little bump and jump and memorizing it so you can shave precious seconds and get closer to that gold. And if there wasn't enough pressure already, you can also see your friends' best attempts as little dots, so you're racing against them as well.
Speaking of playing with friends, they've added multiplayer. Locally and online, up to 4 can race at once on special Supercross stages. Crashing or falling behind loses points, while placing will earn points. It's quite simple, but still good fun.
There are also multiplayer trials as well, but they're only available online. They're just like single-player trials, except you'll be competing against other players' ghosts at the same time. They're locked at first, though, so you'll need to do a few Supercross stages to start with.
Oh, and this is what's known as a 2.5D game. While it uses pretty 3D graphics, the gameplay itself takes place only on a 2D plane. However, they make excellent use of the extra half a dimension by allowing courses to curve into the foreground and background.
This is becoming a more common thing in 2D games, and I just love it. The way it opens up the maps and, it sounds so simple, but it's actually really cool. And you especially love it in the level editor.
Oh, how good is the level editor? I mean, it's ridiculous. And there's actually 2 versions, a light and a pro version. The light editor lets you place most basic objects and build straightforward courses. But the pro editor is what the developers use to build the levels in the game, so anything they can do, you can do too. And they give you a gigantic map to build in. There are limits to how much you can place by a complexity bar, but it's really quite generous.
Oh, affirmative, Hex. Any spawnling who wants to try their hand at level design and even game design should take note. The level editor is versatile enough that entire new games can be built with it. And to show this off, the developers themselves have created a first-person shooter, a retro 2D shooter, an Angry Birds clone, and even a multiplayer foosball table.
Sadly, there's no in-game tutorial on how to use the editor, but there are sample tracks you can look at, and you can go online and have a look at tutorial videos. There's 30 or so of them there. But building simple tracks is pretty easy to get the hang of, so get in there and have a go, I say.
Yeah, although to be honest, none of us really here are crack level designers, so it's so great that it's easy to find stuff made by people who really know what they're doing. Track Central, as it's called, is nicely laid out, and user ratings make it easy to pick out the good ones. It's a little bit like Little Big Planet for the Xbox, really, isn't it?
And best of all, it means you have access to an almost infinite amount of DLC, and all for free. I was also very impressed with the tiny file size of extra courses as well, which means they can be downloaded almost instantaneously.
That is impressive, Darren. There's also a few single-player modes we haven't touched on yet. First are the skill games, such as ball balancing, trapezing, rolling, flapping, UFOing, and my favorite, dirt skiing, just to name a few.
And then there are the tournaments, which string a bunch of trials together while your overall faults and time accumulate through each trial. It's quite stressful, especially if you've nailed the first few trials and you just know you're going to stuff up at the end.
There are also significantly more customization options available now, so you can purchase new clothes and parts for your bike. They're simply cosmetic with no performance upgrades available, although you can apply any color you like to them.
Ooh, hot pink for me, please. But we should wrap this up. Guys, I think as far as arcade games go, this is as good as it gets. I'm giving it 9.5.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect game. I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 rubber chickens.
10.
Yeah.
Do something special, like celebratory.
Oh, I can fire my cupcake cannon!
Great idea, Darren. You ready?
Affirmative!
3, 2,
Here we go!
1, go!
Fire! Oh, that poor bird.
Whoa.
No, he's okay. He's okay. He's got some crumbs on him, though.
Where's that cupcake gonna end up, Darren?
Oh, it'll settle into a lunar orbit and probably settle down on one of the Lagrange points.
Oh, you were talking about these the other day, these gravity works.
Yes,
How do they work?
fascinating. They'd be perfect place to build
Okay,
space
guys,
colonies.
I think we've come to the end of the show. Next week, Barjo, Darren, and myself, we're all going to go head-to-head in the top-down party racing of Wrecked.
We'll also unravel the mystery in the music-based adventure Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure.
It looks a bit Professor Layton-esque, that one.
With a bit of Michael Jackson thrown in.
Uh-oh. I think Darren's enabled his Michael Jackson subroutines. Oh, he's not gonna stop.
We should get out of here.
Yeah. Until next time, Spawnerinos, Barjo out.
Thanks out.
Darren out. I'm bad. You know it.